One day I'm going to fix my camera setup. One day it's not going to be looking down upon me, but today is not that day. It's your friend Cheap Loots. How you doing? Let's talk about the market. NBA 2K23, my team. I haven't really talked about the market in the last week or so. It's kind of a bit interesting for sure. We did get Dynamic Duo Super Packs yesterday. I didn't open any, mainly because I have no interest in anyone who's in these packs, period, or that I would reasonably pull. Now, the odds appear to be good, but you also have to remember that these are super packs in 2K, so chances are 27%, not exactly the most accurate in the world. So, just something to kind of think about. We did get a bunch of duos, 35 total duos, which is, I guess, cool. As far as highlights go, the Kyle Korver, Paul Millsap one's kind of cool, I guess, if you're running an Atlanta theme team, I suppose. The Arvydas Sabonis and Drexler one is pretty good too. If you have Drexler, who's 300-400K, and not very many people have him, so cool. Gordon Hayward, Joe Ingles is the all-star white guy duo. That's sick. Poku, Chet Holmgren's actually a pretty good duo. That one's solid. Kuzma, Caruso is fun. Rashard Lewis and Ray Allen is cool, I guess. Anyone else that's really piquing my interest? I mean, there's no conceivable universe you would run Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green next to each other, at least I don't think. The Gasol brothers one is kind of good, but for the most part, people are running Yao and stuff, so what you gonna do? But that's a good duo. Sean Bradley and Dirk isn't really as good of a duo as I was gonna hope it was, but whatever. Bron and AD, meh. Curry, Clay, meh. Garnett, Paul Pierce, not bad, but why would you run a budget card like Paul Pierce if you got a super expensive card like Garnett? Jonathan Bender and Jermaine O'Neal is a really good one though. I would say that's a top tier because that puts Jonathan Bender up to 35 Hoff badges, and my man's kind of a demon at that point. So that's probably the best duo in here, at least the one that you're going to run into the most, because Jermaine O'Neal's really good too, and then Jonathan Bender is obviously in the mix too. Oh, Invincible Shaq and Invincible Kobe, I forgot, got a duo, which basically does nothing. It's just kind of a flexing duo. So that's cool. Dolph Shays, George Mikan. Once again, you're probably not going to run that. Dantley and Thurl Bailey, you're not running that either. So it's just most of these are not the greatest. Now, that being said, the super packs are having a bit of an effect on certain cards here and there, but let's talk about the rush cards that we got yesterday first and foremost. In order to get a free rush pack, which isn't great, I would say, you got to win 2 Clutch Time online games. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best either. It's not ideal. The cards that we got yesterday in the rush set aren't really the best either. This is probably the worst rush drop, I would say, for sure. Because we got John Wall. John Wall's cool, but he's not really that good. There's not a whole lot of him up here anyway. But realistically, I mean, we're in the age of the 6'10" point guard, so it doesn't really matter. John Wall would have been fun 3-4 months ago, but we are well past that point. Adrian Dantley, it's just cool that we got an Adrian Dantley card. He's not particularly good, but he's not particularly bad, because usually he's pretty bad, and they actually made him pretty good. That KCP release, I actually like it quite a bit. It's pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie. DeMar Sizup's weird too. He's got good defensive tendencies. He's actually kind of decent. It's just at this stage, a 6'5" shooting guard, still usable, but not great. I actually forgot we even got John Morant. I just forgot all about that whole set. Then we got Big Mikan out here, peak athlete right here. He's not bad. I'm not gonna hate on him too hard. He's not terrible. He's aggressively okay. He can definitely play the power forward semi decently. It's just once again, at this stage, people are running Taco. People are running Dirk, even at a budget level. So it's hard to really say you should grab Mikan. It's difficult. Jason Kidd's out here, my boy, DUI enthusiast Jason Kidd. I need him for the all criminal squad for sure, but I don't really want to spend $30,000 on Jason Kidd. His release is still Jason Kidd release. Not great. He's got Jason Kidd size up, which I do like that they gave him that, because it's no one has that. It's not the best, but no one has it. His defensive tendencies are good. Defensive badges are good. Still just who cares, at this point. And then we got Draymond and Wiggins. They have a dynamic duo. This Draymond does play point guard, which is cool. I kind of forgot about that. I think he came out last week. His jump shot is still not great, but he's decent. And Wiggins is very okay, I suppose. It's just like if we didn't have an abundance of shooting guards that were much, much better, I feel like maybe I would have a different view on Andrew Wiggins. I feel like my camera's too high. It is what it is. If you have been wondering where I've been for the last few days, it was my birthday recently, so I was kind of chilling, dude. So I'm not going to tell you how old I am because I feel horrific with the age that I am currently right now. So I'm just going to keep that under wraps, under lock and key, throw it away, but it's fine. Most of you know how old I am anyway. I did talk about how I pulled MJ. He's still going for 500K. I still haven't sold him. I also haven't played a single game with him, so I should probably do that before making any decision. But, it is what it is. Now, Friday, we're going to have a big drop. I can imagine that Friday's drop is going to be really cracked. The reason I say that is because the all-time reward from today, whoo, boy, Bob Nedelicki. Yeah, Bob Nedelicki, you have to go get Bob Nedelicki. He's top tier. For a free small forward, yeah, he's a god. Straight up. He's so good. I mean, it's not surprising by any means. Like, the 97 Bob Nedelicki was still good, like, for a long period of time. So it's not shocking that the Dark Matter version of him is still really good also. But this is, like, a top-tier free card. You got to go get him. I highly recommend it. They're not that hard to get. I basically haven't done any of them because I've just been busy, man. So I'm going to prioritize like guys like Jack Sigma because he looks like he's in a Swedish pop band, and I kind of need that in my life. I need that energy. Terry Cummings looks okay. I'll probably go grab him. Vucevic, because I'm a Bulls fan and I love to remind myself of the bad decisions that we make. So that's good. I want to do that as well. Derek Coleman, because he's on the all-criminal team and I need him out here for sure, 100%. Bill Lambier's not technically on the all-criminal team, but it's Big Bill. I kind of need him on the squad as well, but Bob Nedelicki is going to be the first and foremost card that I actually go for. Now, I talked about the glorious guys already. Andre Karolinko's good, but for the price point, I just feel like you can maybe do better. I prefer him at small forward anyway. Lauri Markkanen's fire, but now that we have Bob Nedelicki today as like a free option, there's even less of a reason to grab Lauri Markkanen, but you can run Lauri Markkanen at the power forward. He's very, very good at that. I see people who say that he's not good at the power forward. I would beg to differ. I would say he plays just fine at the power forward. That's just me, though. He's just got a hulking player build, man. It's absolutely huge. So we've been getting a lot of Eastern cards, so I'm guessing we're going to get some Western pretty soon as far as the all-time rewards go, because, we've gotten mostly Eastern cards. I don't know who is going to be where, though. Like, looking at the all-time NBA, like, is Bob Nedelicki in here? I wonder. Yeah, so they're just going off the all-time thing for the most part. So let's go over to the West. All-time Grizzlies. I feel like Zach Randolph is the most logical choice, but I feel like it might be like Sharif Abdul-Rahim or like Rudy. Rudy would actually be sick. I would be hyped if it was Rudy. Jazz. Did we get the Jazz one yet? Nah, but we know who it's going to be. It's going to be Young Carl. It has to be. Unless they go Boozer with it, there's just no way. Or like Jeff Hornacek. Horny Hornacek would be dope, I guess. The Kings, I feel like we got a Jerry Lucas, so it probably won't be him. We got a Mitch Richmond, so it won't be him. Wayne Embry would make a lot of sense. We got Vlade, we got Peja, we got Decuz. Maybe like Eddie Johnson, maybe. That kind of sounds right. Lionel Simmons. Did we get a Lakers one yet? I feel like we didn't. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe we did, and I just like don't remember. But I feel like Michael Cooper or like Jamal Wilkes would be the most logical one because everybody else is like a pack seller. Maybe like Jerry West, perhaps. We got a Mavs one. Yeah, we got Jason Terry. The Nuggets, did we get the Nuggets? Yeah, we got David Thompson for sure. The Pelicans is going to be a fun one. I'm excited for the Pelicans. Yeah, I just feel like it's going to be David Wesley, dude. I just like, oh wait, we got Drew Holiday. Oh man, I'm such an idiot. This is what I get for not paying attention to this game at all. The Rockets, we haven't gotten the Rockets yet. I'm hoping for Rudy Tomanovic for sure. Well, because I don't think they're going to give us Ralph. Well, we just got a Ralph anyway, so they're definitely not giving us Ralph. They're definitely giving us like Hakeem or Moses. So at that point, just looking through what we got, it's like we're going to get Calvin Murphy or Steve Francis, which I think we just got a Steve Francis not too long ago too, or like Otis Thorpe, so it's not looking good. It's not looking great at all. Now, Friday I have, like I said, kind of an inkling that the set's going to be cracked out a little bit. I'm not really sure what it is. I talked about how I think fan favorites or out of position. It's possible we even get it next because I think somebody said the draft is the 22nd, right? So it's possible that we get it next since it's like a week out from the draft, I think, because it'll be like the 16th, and then, yeah, so it'll be a week out from the draft. So actually, next would make a whole lot of sense. So we might actually see the beginning of the next wave. So we may see Wemby, we may see Scoot, we may see Brandon Miller. Shout out to Brandon Miller for nothing, I guess. I don't know why I'm shouting him out, but it might be time for Wemby. Like, it might be Wemby time, and I guarantee he plays small forward because they just, like, hate to see us shine out here. Or more than likely, they'll do a power forward center Wemby for the next set, and then, like, 2 weeks down the line, they'll do, like, a small forward Wemby. You know, that's probably more likely. But I think that's kind of on point. And as far as the Invincible cards, like, in that set, I actually don't know what they're going to do. Last year, they definitely included some current day NBA players in the next set for the Invincibles. I believe LaMelo was one of them for sure. Let me see. Where was the next set? Here we go. Here's the next set. Yeah, because it was Endgame Scotty Barnes, Invincible Mobley, Invincible Cade. So I would guess that Chet Holmgren's going to be in the mix, maybe like Paolo Banchero, maybe Jabari. It's been a while since Jabari got a card, so maybe he gets in the mix. Maybe like Dyson Daniels gets back in the mix, like someone of that nature. I think the year before it was LaMelo. It was, yeah. So I don't know, maybe Wiseman gets a card, someone like that. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do, but this kind of makes the most sense to me. It speaks to me at a certain level, so I would be an Invincible Jabari Smith is kind of wild though. So I would guess it's like Invincible Chet and like Invincible Paolo, right? Like that would make the most sense. I would guess. I don't think either of those are great, but it's possible. So next I think is pretty much guaranteed to be this week. I didn't realize how close the draft was when I made the video yesterday. So shout out to everybody that hopped in the comments and told me that, but it is what it is. As always, it's been your friend Cheap Ludes. I'm going to drop more content tomorrow. I'm going to be back to like a very regular schedule coming up now that everything's kind of calmed down in my life a little bit. You know, I have the new space. Everything's kind of like clicking a little bit. So I'm back to hopefully pretty regular drops. Hopefully I'll be back to streams pretty soon. Whole bunch of stuff. Everything's kind of like shifted and clicked into place now. So we'll be back in like a regular groove here pretty soon. So have a good day.